City people, they don't have the septic tank, but what do they have? They got the sewer treatment plant, the municipal services that take care of our waste. If you ever tour one of these, it's pretty cool to tour one. I mean, you see a lot of things. It smells a little bit, but it's very educational. The one thing I got off when I went through a tour, there's a lot of electricity and a lot of power to keep this system running. So if we don't have power, we're definitely going to have some problems. This is a sewer pump station, and they're everywhere. What happens with the public system is they design it so everything flows downhill. Crap flows downhill, we've all heard that. And that's what happens. It goes downhill and it gets to a point where they have to pump it back up. And these are scattered all over. They pump the waste back up, and then it starts that long journey again, gravity going down. And that's how they move that around. The problem is, these all have battery, or they all have backup. It could be a diesel generator, a propane generator, but they have a generator on site to run these big waste pumps. In the case of a disaster, be it just a local, hey, power's going to be out for 3 days, it's no problem, because they got the generators to run these things. Let's say a long-term situation, weeks, months. If they don't run these pumps, there's going to be some problems. Things will start backing up. What will happen is, people will continue to flush their toilets, even if they don't have water. Everybody knows how to flush a toilet. Just pour it in the bowl, it's going to flush. People will continue flushing. What will happen is, whoever is on the low end, if your house is on the low end of one of these lines, and we have a long-term problem, you're going to back up. Your basement will become the neighborhood septic tank. There's no way around it. It's just how it's going to work. Now, there are products out there. One of them is called the plumber plug, where you can plug that sewer line that's coming into your house. If not, you need to find out if you are on that low end. If you are, your survival retreat, your house that you think you're going to survive with your family, will become a septic system. There's nothing you can do about it. So figure that out. Where am I on that chain? Excuse me. Next is toilet paper. Toilet paper, I think, is the currency of the next generation. You can't have enough of it. I traveled overseas with Uncle Sam, and that stuff right there, you'll give anything. I mean, if you're out in the field and you don't have it, you're giving every MRE dessert you have away to get a piece of toilet paper. It has happened. So don't take it for granted. Baby wipes. Baby wipes are excellent. I highly recommend storing those. They make a bad situation a little bit better. Just store them. Store as much toilet paper as you can afford. I recommend, there's a lot of spots you can store. The attic is fine for toilet paper. I've been storing it up there for a long time, and I cannot tell any degrading. Yes, the heat is up there. You don't want to store food up there, but if you have an attic, there's no excuse why you don't store a lot of toilet paper. You buy one, get one, free sales. That's a prepper's dream on toilet paper. So stock as much as you can. Your neighbor might not be stocking toilet paper, so that little act of charity, giving them a roll of toilet paper, will earn you their respect and friendships. And then that's what you want. You want to make sure that neighbor is taken care of, because you never know. That neighbor might know something that's going to happen to you, and he's going to help you out and help in a situation. Telephone books. I'm a big fan of telephone books. Don't throw them away. Store them. We're probably not that old, but 100 years ago, the Sears book was the toilet paper. So this is what you do to turn this into toilet paper. Go home tonight, get your phone book, open it up to the lawyer section. Pull out one, and it's a little rough. So what you're going to do is you're going to crinkle it up. And I recommend when you're doing your business, this is when you're crinkling. Wrinkle it up, open it back up. Wrinkle it up, and just do that until you're done. And use that toilet paper. That toilet paper will feel a lot softer if you just ripped it out. That's what they did in the old days, and that definitely softens it. Not as good as Charmin's, but it definitely beat nothing else. I'll address that now. It's very bad for your septic system. You're going to have to use a bag of some sort or any type of container to put that in. If you put that in the public sewer system, it's not good. If you put it in your septic system, it's terrible. You'll definitely have problems down the road. Outdoor disposals. I am an expert at most all of these items because I've done them. Let's start off with the first one. Burning waste. I've done it a few times to see how bad it was because the guys keep complaining. And it is bad. I mean, it's not fun to burn. What we do overseas, we use usually just diesel fuel for the Humvees. And you pour it in there, and you just stir. You stir, and you mix it all up, and it will burn. It will disappear. The problems with it, though, are a few things. First of all, you're wasting a precious resource that you probably ain't going to really want to waste. Secondly, it could be a security concern if you have a fire going somewhere where you want to just stay hidden. And thirdly, breathing this stuff, the diesel burning, the waste burning, isn't good for you. But it is an option. Next is a cat hole. Everyone's gone camping, knows what it is. Typically, you want to go about 6 to 8 inches down. If you know you're going to be in that area for a while, you can go a little bit further. But you just do your business, cover it up. Recommend taking the dirt that you have and compacting it. That's a simple cat hole. It will work in any type of emergency if you're out in the woods. This is a person digging a cat hole. Not too fun, but it gets the job done. Next is a slit trench. A slit trench is very good. You could have a disaster like a tornado that comes through your town and rips up your infrastructure. This is what you want to do. You need to just take some initiative and do something. Don't let people defecate wherever they want to, because that will cause you more problems. A slit trench is very easy. You're going to dig a trench. Dig it 12 inches wide. Don't get carried away and dig it too wide because you have to straddle it. And you do not want to fall in. I have seen guys fall into a slit trench and they say every bad word in the book. Dig it 12 inches wide only. Especially if you have women and children that are smaller. You don't want that little kid to fall in a slit trench. All you're going to do is dig it, and then you're going to take it and throw it on one side of your trench. Leave your shovel there. People can relieve themselves, then they take a scoop of dirt, throw it on their waist, and it's ready for the next person. Yes, it's not the best thing to do, but in a situation, if no one is doing something, you're going to have a worse problem. So a slit trench will work. This is called a P2. Military uses it all the time for guys. It's an excellent way to dispose of male urine. Excellent way. What you're basically going to do is dig a hole. If you just have a family, you don't have to dig a huge hole. If you have a community or a subdivision or a street where you're trying to get some conditions where people can dispose of their waste better, bigger the better. You're going to then take gravel. If you don't have access to gravel, it could be concrete blocks. You break them up with a hammer, rocks. If you have nothing like that, anything that will create like a septic system where stuff can leach through. You'll then get some PVC pipe. It doesn't matter what it is, 2-inch, 4-inch, whatever you have to work with. This picture is not put in right. It should be put on a 45-degree angle. You let the pipe stick into your gravel about 8 inches. And what you just created was a little septic system. Covered over with dirt. This will service a lot of guys, and the smell will be very, very minimal to if people were just urinating on the ground. So this is an excellent thing to do if you have a lot of people using it. It could be a community. It could be any time you have to dispose of waste. It doesn't work as good for females, but that's where this slit trench comes in.